Hello YouTube, it's William with WC Knives. We had some storms come in last night and power went out, and as far as I know it's still out. I left this morning, go out to my favorite spot, threw a tarp over a limb. It's raining a little bit, and been sitting out here hunting for the last several hours. And anyway, with power out, kind of re-emphasized a problem that I don't know if we as a civilization has considered it and thought about it enough and enough to be prepared or not. So I thought maybe we'd have a whittle talk. Sit there, whittle on a stick and talk, just chat a little bit. You know, they had the fireside chats. We're gonna have a whittle talk. So, if power were to go out for an extended period of time, would your family and yourself be okay? I mean, would you have enough food? And I'm talking about a month. If power were to go out over a month, let's just say a month, because, and this is a real scenario that is very likely to happen at some part in the United States. I mean, we have volcanoes that is becoming active in the United States. If a major volcano erupted, it would shut down power, it would shut down just about everything in a lot of different areas. Major earthquake, we have the New Madrid fault, we have the West Coast, we have the East Coast. We had a major earthquake about 3 years ago up in Washington, D.C. So what if we had one that was a little bit stronger than that? It would shut down power for a month, maybe more. What if we got an EMP from the sun? It would shut down power for at least a month, and they say it could be 10 years. So, I believe my old Boy Scout, I was a Boy Scout when I was a kid for about 2 weeks, and then the Scoutmaster quit. But I don't know if I had anything to do with that. But anyway, for a little while I was a Boy Scout. I still believe in that motto, be prepared. So think about it. I mean, if power were to go out, could you get water? All the pumps work off electricity now. You can't go to the tap and just turn it on and get water. You have to go to a well and pull it up with the bucket. Or go to the creek, pull it out of the creek. Go to a fountain, water fountain. And again, it works off of electricity. There's a pump there somewhere. Because if you're thinking you're going to go to a water fountain downtown to get water, better try to think of something else, because those work off of pumps as well. And so you need to have a creek, a reservoir, some type of natural water somewhere that you can go get it with a bucket. Rainwater, if you got your own cisterns, rainwater is another thing that, I mean, I got gutters on my house and I catch rainwater. And right now I've got about 400 gallons of water that I've got stored, and it just recycles. Every time it rains, I get new water in there. Some of the old water goes out. So are you okay with food? If you don't have power, the freezer's out, so whatever's in the freezer is only going to last so long. So do you have canned food? Do you have freeze-dried food? How is your food storage? Because in 3 days, the grocery shelves are going to be gone. There's nothing going to be in the grocery stores. There's no way to refrigerate it, so they can't preserve any of a lot of the foods. So even with canned foods, I said, well, the trucks will come back in. No, there's no power. They can't get gas. So the trucking lines will shut down. Everything that's got a motor will eventually stop. If there's an EMP, then it's not going to run anyway. Anything with a computer circuit in it is dead, and it will never start again until all the wiring and all the circuitry is replaced, because it fries it. So I just sit and think about, what if you didn't have power? I mean, if you had an electric toothbrush, you couldn't even brush your teeth. I mean, it is something that we have as a society has it is so ingrained in us that we don't even think about it. We just go turn the light switch on. We go open the refrigerator, the light comes on. I mean, it's just part of our lives. But what if that part was missing? Would we be able to sustain ourselves with the necessities in life? Water, shelter, food, clothing. Do you have enough clothes? Say you didn't have electricity for a year. Is there jobs? Nobody's going to go to work. What kind of jobs are you going to have? No money. You can't get money out of the bank. The bank's going to be closed down. So how are you going to pay for anything? So we go back to a barter system. Do you have skills that you can barter with? Do you have things to barter with? Alcohol, cigarettes, things like that. They say, well, I got gold. Well, it's pretty good. What are you going to do? Chop it up into little bitty pieces? I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to barter for a car or something, then yeah, I think you probably do with gold. But, I mean, I just, you know, I've been sitting here and thinking about this, and I've been thinking about it for a long while now. But anyway, I don't know that we as a society, like I've said, has really sit and thought about what we would do if something as simple as power went out. Gas is shut down. Automobiles are shut down. No more electricity for the refrigerator. How you gonna cook your food? You got electric range. How you gonna cook your food? I mean, there's just a lot of things. Our lives are wrapped around in electricity. So, just a whittle chat. Whittle talk. That's all we're doing. I hope somebody gets to thinking about this and make some preparations. Be prepared. I don't know why all of a sudden being prepared is a bad thing. I mean, you talk to your grandparents that went through the Great Depression. For the rest of their lives, they stored things up. They buried money in jars. I mean, it affected them in a serious manner. And we as a people, we need to consider that and live our lives according to that. Because it could very easily happen tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or next year, or the next 5 years. I don't know. But it could happen. So, if you want to go with that if and not be prepared, what is the consequences of that if it did happen? Now, if you wanted to put a little bit of effort into it, put a little bit of water away, figure out a alternative way of getting water, and possibly, quite possibly, save your own self and your family, then I think that that's the better choice. But anyway, another thing is get out in the woods. Get out there and live a little bit. Go camping for a night or two. Because you may have to do it permanent like. At least you get some the feel of it. Can you build a fire in the rain? I mean, the woods are saturated right now. It took me about 30 minutes to get a fire going, and that's with fatwood. So, and I've built a few fires in my lifetime. So it's not an easy thing. You'd have to get out there and try it. You have to get out there and practice. So, anyway, I'll get off my soapbox and go back to whittling. So just some thoughts, some ideas, some things to consider. Natural disasters happen somewhere in the world every day. Earthquakes, fires. We have natural disasters in the United States right now. Fires, serious fires, tornadoes. Those people are going to be without power for weeks. Were they prepared, or were they having to trust the government? And if it was a big enough area, the government couldn't sustain that. They can't support that many people. If we had an earthquake in the New Madrid fault line, the central part of the United States will be completely devastated. Government can't support everybody. It's up to you and me, folks. It's up to us. So anyway, get out there, get out in the great outdoors. Go whittle on a stick. Do take plenty of band-aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you on the next one.